Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. We are back for some more F1 2023 Alfa Romeo Road to Glory series for round 15 for Monza. If you did not check out the last videos, please check that out. It was Zenval GP. It was a pretty tough race from our side. Really had no pace the whole weekend, and just really struggled overall with just the balance. But it's kind of a redemption for us. So we're here at Monza. Not really a track that you really cannot get wrong. Just a lot of high speed, just a lot of just straights, not really corners, not too many corners. Low downforce type setup is probably the way to go here for this weekend. But yeah, I think I'm pretty confident around this weekend, and we'll see on how our car will run, because we are having some more upgrades coming into the car. But speaking of upgrades, it's actually time to upgrade the car. We could do some weight redistribution and maybe some other things as well. But ultimately, I think one thing I might do, I'm going to be doing very soon, is I'm probably going to start saving my resource points very soon, just in case if we are in a regulation change that is coming. I don't know if a regulation change is coming, but I think we'll do one more upgrade, and I think we're going to be good, but we'll see ultimately what happens. But we did a front downforce upgrade that will come on I think, ready for the car for either Qatar or it was Japan. My apologies. But anyways, looking up for the rival now. We're going to go with Checo as be our new rival. He's probably absolutely going to obliterate me, to be honest with y'all, but I don't know how it's going to go. So all I'm looking for is just a pretty solid weekend, and yeah. So yeah, but as you can see right there, we are now basically the best car. With those upgrades coming out, we are now the best car, but hypothetically, I don't really think we're really the best car yet, because I feel like it's still sometimes the performance index doesn't really tell you the truth. So yeah, but practice 3, 1, 2 is done. Practice 1, for some reason, I'm not very quick. For some reason, lacking a lot of speed, and I don't know why, but Valtteri got P6 or P5 in that session, so he's having a really good job. But for some reason, I was dead last, and I was about 1.8 seconds off. So I don't know what's going on. I'm running really low downforce. Maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe I'm figuring out something. But as we jump into qualifying, hopefully we can figure that out and see what goes on from there. But let's get ready for quali. Or actually, not yet. Time for some more upgrades. That's what we were going to do. Thinking about doing that major weight redistribution upgrade. Actually, that would be huge, because that'll actually come on time ready for Qatar, and I think that'll be really like the mass major upgrade we'll bring for the season, and that rest, I think we'll just kind of just wait it out. So just to see if a regulation change will come, but we'll do that, and yeah, so we'll jump into quali now and see what we can do, but hopefully we can close down that gap, and yeah, so let's go have some fun in qualifying, shall we? Here we are, ready for qualifying here at Monza for probably the best, one of the best tracks for the fan base, in my opinion. I think the Tifosi is probably one of the best. They definitely have one of the best fans, in my opinion. But that's a whole opinion that people will think about. But we're here, ready for qualifying here at Monza. And once again, like I was really struggling in the beginning, really struggling for pace on my side. I don't know what happened, but I mean, I'm just not very quick, and I'm giving it my all in qualifying. I mean, I've been giving it my all in quali, and I'm just not finding anything. So I don't know what's going on. I'm running really, like, I think I'm running like 2.0 wings, really low wings, and I am not quick enough. I don't know what's going on. We have, I don't know, maybe it's just a worn out engine that is kind of not helping us. But as we come across checker flag now, we're actually P9. Behind Logan Sargent and Alex Albon, and barely ahead of Nick DeFries. So we are really struggling. I don't know what's 1.5 seconds off the pace. And you can see the first sector, it's like running the same exact times, but we go out for another lap, and then we actually closed that gap down a lot. But to be fair, the track kind of ramped up a lot at the end. But we did make it in safely. Not a great first sector, but really strong middle and last sector. Mainly the last sector, because we got a massive tow from, I don't know who we got the tow from, but we got a massive tow from one of the other drivers. But yeah, just not very quick. But there's your bottom 5 out. Sonoda, I believe Ocon as well was out there as well, and I think I can't remember who else, but I think both Williams and also Nick DeFries. So but unfortunately, but here we go for the last run of qualifying once again. Dead last on a used set of tires, though. That was on a used set, so we're going to go out for a brand new set of tires and seeing how this lap will unfold for us. But anyways, getting through here, first 2 corners, obviously. Those corners are pretty difficult, I feel like, now in this year's game to get right. I feel like in F1 23, I just feel like I could, thinking the past F1 games, I feel like I could have just kind of like could rotate the car a little bit better through the first sector, but for some reason F1 23, I'm really struggling to get rotation through that corner. But everywhere else around the track, though, was really good. Almost kind of lost the car there on the exit as we now head through to the next couple of corners here once again. Coming through this part of the track, very good to just kind of get a good part, and then right here get a good exit for a DRS zone, hang down into the Ascari chicane, and basically something to just get right here. Ascari chicane, very, very important to basically get right as we head down into the Parabolica for the penultimate corner of this lap. But you can see right there about 7 tenths up, almost 8 tenths up now on this lap, so it's going a lot stronger. But I don't think we're going to be safe into Q3 though, because we need to find at least another 1.4 to 5 seconds. So I don't even think we're going to be in a Q2 here. I'm at Q3, so we're going to come across checker flag now. We could find possibly 1 second here. Come across the checker flag. Where's it going to put us? It's actually going to put us P9, and I don't know if that's even going to be safe or not, to be honest with you. I don't think it is, though. And one thing to note, though, is that Charles Leclerc, I forgot to totally mention about it, but he is actually out of qualifying. He had an engine issue. Totally forgot to point that out. And, well, there we go. We're out of Q2, just like that. And 2 tenths off from, basically 2 tenths off from Leclerc, but really not much off of Piastri. So, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know where the pace has gone. I don't know what the hell I'm doing wrong. There's something fundamentally wrong with this car. That, or I'm just not comfortable, but I'm just lacking a lot of speed. Maybe it's like an AI type track. I don't know, which is kind of weird though, because I feel like Monza's always been a track for the player. I don't know, but P11's not bad though. It's not far off the top 10. So yeah, let's just see where Valtteri puts this car. But yeah, I don't know what to say. Time for the race, so let's go have some fun in the race, I guess.
Welcome to the home of the Parabolica, now known as the Curva Alboreto in tribute to the Italian motorsport legend Michele Alboreto. It's a long, long right-hander. It dares you to keep your foot as far down on the throttle as you possibly can. It's one of the great corners on the calendar, and we're here at Monza, ahead of the Italian Grand Prix. With top speeds up to 215 and an average lap speed of around 155 miles per hour, Monza's reputation as one of the fastest circuits in the sport is well earned. We have 11 corners on this 3.6 mile track, with the best overtaking chance coming into the heavy braking zone of the Turn 1 chicane. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Lando Norris lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Bottas, Hamilton, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Russell, Cowboy, Stroll, Hulkenberg, Gasly, Albon, Sonoda, Ocon, Sargent, Magnussen, and Nick DeVries. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. Anthony Davidson also joins me in the commentary box today. The last few races have been a bit rough for them, unable to get a clean run. That's got to have some effect on their confidence, surely.
It's not an ideal situation by any means. When you get into a bad run like that, there's always a risk of frustration creeping in, which can cause more mistakes and locks you into this vicious cycle. Hopefully today they can get through Turn 1 cleanly and stay calm for the rest of the race.
Okay, this is our engine supplier's home Grand Prix, which means there's a lot of very important people here behind the scenes. I'd love to give them a strong result to watch today, plus a good result might make my post-race meetings a little bit easier.
Thank you, Mark. And here we are on the grid there for Monza. I actually got the setup completely wrong. I thought I was running 2.0. No, I'm actually running 9.8. Kind of reduced maybe a little bit of the front as well. But the setup didn't feel bad. I don't know what happened in quality. I just was really lacking a lot of speed. So fundamentally, the race pace is a lot better for me compared to the qualifying pace. So there is something to be happy about there. But take a look at some of the strategies. A lot of people onto the mediums, a couple guys going for the soft, mainly at the rear of the field, but it's going to be a nice little race here around Monza. 27 laps of fun, a lot of straight line speed. Let's go see what we can do here. 5 red lights, and we're now underway for the GP here for Monza. We get a good start ahead, actually jump Piastri and Russell, and also Charles Leclerc as well. And also Alonso's going to defend down. Alonso thought about squeezing us a little bit down the inside, but here we go, down to turn number 1, a big send down on the inside through turn 1 and 2. Simple as that. We made contact with Bottas, and we're making contact with our teammate. We actually made a little bit of contact, and no floor damage, no damage completely from everyone. But I don't know what happened there. We'll take a look at the replay, see what happened here as we go down turn number 1. Ultimately down the inside, and Hamilton shoved it in there, and then Bottas got stuck, and we were just basically glued onto each other. So the former teammates at Mercedes are coming together, and we back out of that, and now we have to hold off both the Ferrari boys. The lead Ferrari car, technically, because due to our Ferrari PU at the back of our engine, which is probably going to benefit us, but Sainz and Leclerc are going to be all over the back of us. Here comes Alonso now. He's going to make it 3 wide down into the main straightaway we go, but they got absolutely a rapid car in the straight line there once again. Bottas and Hamilton going alongside. They're side by side. Oh, thought Sainz was sending it down there. Thought about it, and ultimately he backs out of that. But again, there's actually squabbling. While they squabble, that's actually letting us pull away now in this GP. But lap 3 now. Lando Norris, though, to note, has had an amazing start. He actually started on pole position, I believe, and he is absolutely rapid. He's actually pulled out, I believe, about 2 seconds away from Sergio Perez, or that is Max Verstappen. I believe that is Sergio Perez. I don't know if Max Verstappen is in that fight or not. Well, he is up there. I just don't know if he's second or third. I believe that's Checo up there in second, but absolutely right now we don't have really any speed to keep up with Hamilton or Bottas, so we're ultimately just really on the back foot here. This seems to be a very much an AI type track, not really for the player, but I don't know, maybe it's just my bad driving, so that's kind of bettering us. But Bottas says fast lap at 121.4. We set at 122.3. That was actually our best, so not great. So Bottas ultimately just found at least about a second, basically. He's finding somewhere of a second. So Bottas' car is absolutely flying, and he's actually up now in a P2. So Bottas has an absolute rocket ship. Go on, lad. You keep going, the Finnish driver, and he does need a good result today because he's really not had the greatest of season. But anyways, around Hamilton and Verstappen, we got a 2 and 1 there. We got 2 basically, and now Hamilton sends one down the inside. Kind of had to correct the car a little bit just to kind of give him enough space, and ultimately down to turn 1 and 2, we actually ultimately get ahead up to P4 now. Next up, Perez and also Bottas, but I don't think we're going to be able to catch up to Bottas. But here's Valtteri. Really strong race, and he's got a really good car, so he could be up there in contention for the race win. Could Alfa Romeo secure 2 wins this season? We got one in Belgium. Thankfully, that kind of benefited from us, but Valtteri, though, he did start on pole position there, so that kind of helped him out. But from our side, we just kind of benefited from that weekend. But anyways, here comes Hamilton, though. He's going to think about a move, and we'll take a look and see what Hamilton does here now. Once again, now into our, not to the battle cam, as I like to call it. But anyways, Hamilton got the straight line speed and had to correct the car a little bit because he went down the inside, and then he got back out of it, and then he tried to go around the outside. Hopefully he could not get ahead as we hit through Parabolica. Not Parabolica, a Scar chicane, my apologies. As we're now approaching the Parabolica. But here comes Verstappen now. All over Hamilton now for P5, and they're going to be side by side all the way through the Parabolica we go, and they're going to be pretty fight. They're going to be fighting pretty hard, I feel like, and they are still fighting because they're losing a lot of time from us, but they're going to get an absolute rapid of a DRS train here once again, and Verstappen's not close to us though, so he's really not going to gain much time. Hamilton though, he could never mind, he's too far back. Thought Hamilton could get a little bit of a slingshot there. No, he doesn't. Good rotation finally through that corner. Really was just struggling the whole weekend with rotation through that part of the track. So it just felt good to get good rotation through that corner. But dumping as much ERS as we can to hold off to Verstappen. But 2.1 seconds off now from Perez. Yeah, I'm just not. I can't fight these guys. I cannot fight these guys. So ultimately, I know I'm going to be out of the running for this race. Basically now we just got to see what Bottas' pace is and see if he can actually hold off Perez. Lando's just absolutely gone. And here comes Verstappen. Now we really can't defend this, but Verstappen's going to go around he's going to take much more of the preferred racing line. A little bit marbles around the outside, not too many, but ultimately he is going to get ahead. And we will ultimately settle for P5 for now and see if we can actually gain down the gap. Don't just stay with Verstappen. And obviously I would like to stay behind him, just lifting coast, but I don't really think that would really happen though. But here comes Hamilton though. 2.1 seconds off now, and ultimately Hamilton will possibly not fight that, and he's just going to keep on following us through this next part of the track. But we're following Verstappen as well, as you can see here. Through that part of the track though, right here, very much a little bit of off balance a little bit, and right there's a little bit of a mistake there once again. I was really struggling how to correct the car there a lot. Was still on the gas there, which actually did not help us from all that wheel spin, but right there and there in practice I was really just struggling through that corner. Quality was good, and now in the race I feel like the mistakes are now kind of creeping in for me, and I feel like we do always have at least one mistake in the race. Almost lost it there, and that part of the track though, very risky, just to clip that inside curb, and it's just basically that inside curb is just there, and it's just, if you hit that, you're just going around, so you gotta be very cautious through there. But once again, we're gonna get DRS though on Hamilton on lap 9 now. Here comes us. Hamilton's got DRS off Verstappen though, but we got DRS as well. We got much more strength and speed, I feel like, to the Mercedes, and again a much more powerful engine. But Russell's now fighting with Alonso as well. Here we go, side by side down to turn 1 and 2. Hamilton cannot fight that. He lets us go, and took a little bit of a wider line out of turn 2 to get a good slingshot, and we get a good slingshot, much better traction. And here's now the Hemicam of Hamilton now following on lap 9. He's sitting P6 now, and he will actually ultimately come back to fight us again. He's got DRS. Russell got past Alonso. Alonso's behind Russell, and Ferraris have no pace. Piastri is basically ahead of Leclerc. I think Sainz is in the back. I think he got front wing damage, if I'm not mistaken, or he is up there. I'm not really sure. On lap 11 now, here comes Lando, and Lando's into the pits now. First driver to come into the pits, I believe, in this race. Lando's going to pit for the, I'm pretty sure for mediums. I don't think he's going to pit for the hard, but Lando's basically led every lap of this race up until about now, and he's going to definitely be a guy to watch out for in the later half of this race. Once again, that's McLaren have been absolutely producing some amazing results over the past couple of races. They've been really challenging up there with the front in real life and also in the career mode save as well. So here comes Hamilton though. We're going to defend this, so we're going to go down, we're going to force Hamilton around the outside. We're defending the inside line, and bit deep, and we had to cut the chicane, and we do get a corner cut penalty for that, and that is ultimately deserved. But I hope that maybe eventually one day, if you take the escape road, that they would not dock that, but I feel like they would. But anyways, let's go back to the action. Side by side through the next couple of corners now, through the next part, through the next left and right chicane here once again, and kept it fight, and I don't know what I said there, but kept it safe and sound, and we are up into P4 once again, just as we were. But very clean racing from our side, and here comes Hamilton here once again. He's going to come back at us though once again. Here comes Hamilton though. He's going to get down the inside line. He's got much more straight speed than us. A little bit through. He got a much better exit than we did, and we'll let Hamilton go here. And Alonso and Russell have been invited into this battle from basically me and Hamilton squabbling. And Alonso's got one of the quickest cars in the straight line. The Aston is pretty rapid, but we got a good straight line speed. We had to back out of that because we couldn't get around Hamilton because Alonso's around the outside, and we actually got absolutely murdered right there. 2 cars passed us because we had to back off from Hamilton. But here we go, 4-car battle now, up for P5 or P4. Who's going to get it first? We get the slingshot, and this is how much the benefit you get from a DRS from a long way back. The slingshot helped us, and now up into P4 once again, and Hamilton down the inside. Through the chicane we go. Hamilton gets ahead, made a little bit of contact there with him. We had to keep it with Russell. Almost made contact with Russell, but here comes Hamilton now. He's got a much better exit than we do. We're going to try to go on the outside of Lewis Hamilton here. Once again, dumping ERS here. Once again, we have to pit this lap though, much as we can. Hamilton around the outside. We're going to have the inside line. Who's going to come out here first? And we're going to get ahead ultimately. Back now up to P4. Hamilton had to kind of back out of that, and Hamilton lives to fight another day. But we also live and survive, and we now move up to P4. But now Hamilton has to survive from basically his teammate and also Alonso, and that actually is not helping us as well. And well, Nick DeVries out of the race, so poor bloke. And that's actually not helping us though, for one reason, because one man is coming back into this fight, and that is Oscar Piastri. He is coming back in. I believe, and no, that's actually, is that Piastri? I think that is Piastri and Leclerc. Yes, it is. I believe Norris is back behind those two, so they're invited back into this fight. But here we go once again. 4 cars now battling out for basically for the pit lane. But I know Russell. Someone's gonna stay out here. I believe that might be Russell will stay out. So Russell obviously not the preferred strategy. But here comes all 6 cars into the pit lane. Basically for well, basically all 6 that we saw in that frame. Also, obviously we saw Lando as well. But here we go into the pit lane now. We got to get a good start from the boys here once again. Onto the hard tires. A couple people pitting for the mediums. Ultimately, we're going to go for the hard. We obviously started in the mediums. Here comes hard. We got some more hard runners and also some mediums. But very curious to see on what the guys are going to. Very curious to see on what Bottas and Perez and Verstappen do. Mainly to see what Bottas does. I don't know what he is going to do, but there goes someone's back there. I don't know who that is. It might have been one of the Williams boys. I think that might have been Alex Albon. But P4 lap 14 now, not P14, P8. We're actually going to stack up though to see where we get Russell on this exit. We should get Russell on this exit, but he had an amazing outlap, but we're going to get around him anyways. And now we have to chase after Lewis Hamilton. But again, I don't think we're going to even be up there with Hamilton because, again, our pace is not very good right now. Mainly on my side, but Valtteri is just, man's up there in the podium. So, honestly, if he brings home a podium for Alfa Romeo, I'll be happy. And I'll be happy for him because I got 1 podium. He got 1. I got basically a win this season. He could be in contention for this win, though, to see if anything bad does happen to Lando. Obviously, Lando's first Grand Prix win could come now here today at Monza. I mean, it could have came back and rushed to 2021, but, you know, he didn't want to pit for the slicks. But here comes Russell. We can't defend that. We could not defend that. It's hard to keep behind It's hard to keep behind a driver, I feel like, in this year's game when they got DRS, because the DRS is so overpowered this year than over the previous games. So it is very much difficult to kind of just hold behind Russell. But also as well, that Mercedes car is pretty quick as well in the basically with the engine. I don't know how good the straight line speed is, but they have some decent straight line speed. But this guy behind us though in P8, El Plan, well, here's the problem. He's got one of the fast cars in the straight line, and he's got an amazing exit here, and he's absolutely going to be fighting for us now for P8. Here we go, side by side with Alonso. Gave him a little bit of a squeeze there once again. Not too much of a big squeeze, but ultimately he took the much more preferred line, and we are still living to fight another day, but it's going to be very difficult to hold off Alonso here once again. We could try to break the toe here once again, because he's going to have slipstream here. He's actually breaking that air gap in between us, and he's got the slipstream here once again. We're going to let him go here, though. And this is the IQ strategy, because we're going to get DRS and we're going to actually get back around Alonso. So this is how he works. But once again, Alonso's got great exits. He's getting great exit speeds. Russell 120.9, fast lap there, mate, and personal best out 121.8. So we actually did improve just a little bit on our best. But Alonso lives to fight another day once again, and we kind of want to stay close with him, and ultimately that is the goal, to stay close with them as much as we can. But Piastri and Leclerc, though, they're still fighting out for those positions, and Carlos is back there with basically the back markers there. Once again, here comes a move, and thought about it. Alonso ultimately had to keep the car. He kept the car perfectly aligned, and he's gonna survive that. And we're gonna have to get back at him here once again. So all aboard. Here, I'm coming for you, Alonso. I'm coming. Just buy me some time, mate. I'll get him down, possibly down here to the next couple corners. But we're approaching now 10 laps to go now left in this Grand Prix here once again. Here we come once again for another shot on Alonso. We're gonna go around the preferred line around Alonso. Alonso cannot fight that, and we're gonna ultimately get ahead, and we're gonna pull an amazing gap. Not too much of a gap, but just a pretty decent sized gap to the next car ahead. But ultimately, we live to fight another day, so I'll take that. Thank you very much. And I'm personally happy with that, and yeah, I'm happy with that, and we'll see what happens to Alonso here once again, because Alonso's got, look at that straight line speed. You go on, lad. You keep going, mate. I'll catch you another lap. So but we are in this slipstream though. He's not pulling away too much, and well, he's gonna pull away after that. This race has just gone from hell completely, in my opinion. It's been a hellhole. I mean, it's just we're not quick. Valtteri's quick. I'm not quick. That is the problem. And oh, just a difficult exit there, but I'm just really struggling. I don't know what's going on in this with this car, but there is something that is something's wrong with this car. That is for sure. But we got upgrades onto the car. I don't know if we did though. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. I think it was just a something in the durability, because we are having some durability issues, and we need to kind of resolve those sooner than later. We've been dumping a lot more of our resources into basically the engine components, but once again, and I feel like this car is not really, I'm not really comfortable with it, so hang through the scar. We just kind of have to bring the car home, I feel like, at this point of the race there. And oh no, we've bended it into the wall we go. Very costly mistake there once again, to get back on the track there once again as quickly as we can, but we made a massive mistake through a Scari. Let's take a look what happened. Just touched the inside. Wow, it just went like that. And surprised the back suspension didn't break. I think that's like the first spin, I believe, that we've had all season. Like, I'm talking like in the race. I feel like every time we've had a spin, we've crashed, but ultimately we were able to save the car, so great car control. But no rear wing damage either, so that kind of helped us out there a lot. But yeah, just kind of lost it. I don't know what else to say. Just lost it. But we got more yellow flags from behind, and there is more yellows. Someone's heading off at not Parabolica, Ascari, and that just absolutely just shafted our race, because we could have went into the pit lane and pitted for the soft tires, but nope. Yellow flag is out, and safety car is out, and that actually could have came at possibly one of the worst times ever, because we were actually were right at the pit entry. Let's take a look what happened. I think that is or is that Ocon? I think that's Ocon, yeah. Went off and tried to get back on the track, and well, he decided not to, and well, poor bloke. So we'll just keep going. Oh my god. I don't know what to say. Just rookie mistake. I'm a bit annoyed. I'm just a bit annoyed, because if safety car came out there, perfect timing, we would have probably maybe got a couple more positions. I don't know where it's going to put us, but we are going to gamble here once again. We are going to sit P10 or not. We got to gamble for something, and we're going to pit for the soft. So hopefully we catch up to the safety car queue in enough time. I hope so, but look at this gap behind us. They're not even catching up to the gap to the safety car yet. So hopefully we can get that gap. But we are dead last now in this race. But we are pitting to the soft tires, so we are going to get an absolute of a benefit here. So remember in Baku when we pitted for the soft tires and we attempted to get to the points? Well, this is basically the opposite. We are going to get into the points. How? I just know, because myself is confident that we can get around all these guys. We can get around basically 8 guys to get into the points, basically. So let's go have some fun here. 2 laps remain left in this Grand Prix. Here we go. 3 laps. My apologies. Anyways, here comes first move. Ocon. Once again, just dumping the ERS here. Once again, thinking about a big send. We are going to send it down the inside on a couple of guys. The Haas, the AlphaTauri. A couple of guys as well. Here comes Gasly. Around the outside of Gasly. Oh, Gasly made a little bit of contact. And it actually helped us out. And P14 now. And next up, Lance Stroll. And he's thinking about going for a tennis career, so his Formula 1 career could be over if he's thinking about switching over to tennis. I don't know if anybody heard about that, but I did. So we'll see what happens. But next up is Stroll and Hulkenberg, and I believe that is Sainz, I believe. And Albon is up there in P10 for Williams. So once again, Williams in the points there. Once again, I don't know how many points Williams has. We'll take a look to see when we get the results and see basically where everyone is in the standings after this race. But here comes Stroll now. And, well, we got the move on Stroll. Oh, almost thought we touched his rear back tire and almost broke the point. But Stroll, once again, is going to fight this again. And it just seems to be always when we're racing with Stroll always fights it back. And, well, to be fair, we got nothing to lose. You got 2 laps remaining. You got to go for it. And, well, by my judges, I believe, I don't know who that is, but I believe Bottas is up there in P2. So there's the absolute battle. But here comes us around the outside of Nico Hulkenberg now. Still side by side with Hulkenberg now. We're gonna see who's gonna break later. We're gonna break ultimately later. Oh, 2-1. What a move! I will take that. Thank you very much. Around Sainz as well. had about the send. Sainz braked in the straight line, but again, the tires are just really we kind of benefiting from the soft. But look at this gap. Here we got 4 cars now, and this is for P8. I don't know, P7. My apologies. We got Albon, Piastri, Russell, and I believe Leclerc, and also I think this might be for. Yeah, this is for P7, and Leclerc and Alonso and Piastri up there for the last, basically for the minor placings for the points. And Albon's now out of the points. We're in the last points position. Albon's gonna come at us, but here he goes. 4 cars now battling for who's gonna get around here first once again. But they're side by side. We had to give a little bit of space here once again, but it's gonna be 4 wide. Possibly 5 wide heading down the straight to see who's going to get here first. DRS now enabled. We got the slingshot there once again. Made contact with Leclerc. 5 wide in Monza. Down the main straight. Here comes Piastri. Piastri benefit this now. Side by side with the Oscar Piastri. Piastri breaks ultimately a lot later than us. Around the outside we go. And we're going to get ahead of Piastri. And Piastri with the switchback. Look at the switchback. He thought about it. Oh my God. That was a clean switchback from Piastri. I'm not going to lie. I thought my switchbacks were cold. No, that was cold. That was really cold. I know it's an AI driver, but that was the AI man. That was a cool switchback there. But look at that, 5 wide in Monza. Basically 5 wide. That is crazy. But ultimately from our side of the race, P7 is the result, and that is quite the unfortunate circumstance for today. But Sergio Perez wins for Red Bull. P7, decent recovery. Just bit frustrated, to say the least.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
It was a magnificent race and a drive right out of the top draw to take the win for Red Bull today. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everybody at the team.
And look who got the podium. Valtteri Bottas gets the podium. That's his first podium, I believe, since Saudi Arabia 21. Or was it Qatar? I can't remember. One of the races. Valtteri gets back on the podium for I think he was on the podium in our last year career mode, I believe. I could be wrong though, but the mullet man getting the job done as he should. He's had a pretty rough season, so it's kind of good to see Valtteri bring in some points, and that's actually going to benefit us from the constructors, because once again we are chasing down Aston Martin for that basically for P4 in the championship. So there's your results. Valtteri just missed out on the win there, 2/10 away from the win. Man. And poor Lando, he got led basically all the laps today and nothing. But here's the standings. P8, nothing really from our side that we could have really done. Just a solid result. Got ahead of Alonso though, which is kind of huge, but it doesn't really change anything. It's not too many points, but Valtteri got an absolute a steal at points today. 52 on the board now, ahead of Lando, now sitting P9. And yeah, so basically it's just going to be a fight though for who gets P8, P9, P10 now in the standings, because Stroll ain't going to be nowhere. But here's a look at the constructors. We actually jump out of Aston now in this weekend, so now up into P4. And once again, Williams and everyone else with low points. But let's take a look at the finish here once again. Checker flag. And Perez ahead of Bottas by not much, but look at this photo finish for P3 between Verstappen and Hamilton. Let's take a look at the photo finish. Let's look at this. Look how close this was between these guys. Here we go, checker flag right there, and just got ahead. Verstappen ahead of Hamilton. That was a good photo finish right there. And ultimately, that's gonna do it for Monza. That's it, y'all. That's it for the weekend. A bit frustrating, but we're going to head to Singapore now. Once again, more of a better track for me. Really connect with Singapore on the streets. So good to be back on the streets again. But thank y'all for watching this video. If you've not checked out the last video, go check that out below. If you guys would like to subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. I love you all, and have a good rest of your day, y'all. And I'll see y'all in the next one.